Good evening. How you doing? I'm Minister Peyton Moore. I'm so glad to be here today. I'm just enjoying this beautiful day that God has brought us, and I hope that you all are too. Um, Today is October 31st, and I'm not into this Halloween celebration crap because if you're a Christian, you shouldn't be celebrating Halloween anyway. There are way better things that you could be doing, and there's a lot of things that people are dealing with and going through. We're going to talk about a subject today which I kind of touched bases on last week, and that there's a lot going on in the world, and politics is a dirty game. No matter if you're on the Republican side or if you're on a Democratical side, it's a dirty game. That's why it's called politics. We really need to start really thinking and dig deep into our hearts and realize what's happening here. And as I had touched base last week, I kind of gave you the roots of some things on how things were actually started and how it became a concept. And it's just been going on. Now, 61 years later, you see the results of things that's been going on. And it's starting to really affect people. Now, the big topic this month, going into November, has been about the government shutdown. Okay? Now, believe me, this government shutdown is nothing that just popped up out the blue. No matter who did it, who caused it, or who started it, at the end of the day, we've been having government shutdowns. But one thing that government shutdowns should not do, no matter what either party is fighting for or fighting against, it should never affect people to the point to where they should lose their payment from their job or anything that have to do with SNAP, any type of assistance that is to care for people or to feed people or medical or their place to live. Whatever they need to fight about in Congress and the Senate and the representatives and the president and judges, that's what they need to do on their time. But this should never affect the livelihood of people. And I disagree with the way things have been handled on both sides, because there has been some pulling, and there has been a lot of things that really didn't make sense when it come to affect the American people. And I'm going to stress the American people, the American that lives here, that's legal here, that works here, and the ones that pay taxes here to keep this country running and pay these people's salaries in Washington, D.C. That's supposed to be for the people. And I'm talking about on both sides. Okay? Let's get into this, because I just want to touch base on this. And I've been seeing a lot of videos come up and a lot of stuff, just people just making all kind of comments. And some people know what they're talking about, but most people are just going on their emotional thoughts and their feelings. We know that the population of the Caucasian people are 60 to 66%. We know that. We know that the black population is about 13 to maybe 15. We know that. We know what the Hispanics are. We know what the Haitians. We know that. So it just makes common sense. The people with the largest population, there are going to be more people on government assistance, probably from that population of people. But you also got to remember, we have people here from other parts of the world and other countries that are also on public assistance as well. Okay? And we also have illegals who are reaping free benefits from the taxpayers that are here working their butts off day and night to try to feed their families. Okay? So it's not just two group of people, it's a multitude of people that's here in America that is collecting government assistance. Okay? There are some things that happened in the past 4 years that happened to people like in places like Chicago and New York and California, to where the illegals absorbed all the benefits and end up putting the American people, no matter what color you are, mostly the blacks, their lives were interfered by immigrants that were illegal coming into their community, taking their benefits. Now, you know that really happened because those people in Chicago, Detroit, New York, Baltimore, in those areas in California would not be saying anything if that did not happen. Okay? So let's just be real about this. So let's get into it. As I told you, here's some of the roots that started this problem, and I'm going to talk to the black community because I'm a black man, and more black men and women need to talk to you about this and how we have gotten to the place where we are now as a whole. Okay? Now, as I talked about this earlier, President Lyndon B. Johnson fought the concept of keeping the black community preoccupied and enslaved. Using the 1964 War on Poverty. Now, this is fact. This ain't nothing just coming out of some video or something. This is fact, and it's for real. Okay? By using the 1964 War on Poverty program, he knew that there would be destruction of the black family and race. And it would be evident if the law required welfare services, which was the 1964 food stamp program. This man knew, the same president, Lyndon B. Johnson, knew that if he can get this bill signed, a program into play, he used it against the black community. Okay? He knew that it would destroy. Now, this is fact. He said he knew the destruction of the black family and race would be evident if the law required welfare services, where blacks would be dependent on the government. It would keep them poor, keep them having kids, and did not get married. The welfare state in the black community kept black couples from getting married. It promoted fatherless homes and encouraged dependency on the government. He wasn't concerned about no other race of people. He wasn't concerned about no Hispanics. He wasn't concerned about no Middle Eastern. He wasn't concerned about no Asian. He wasn't concerned about nobody coming from another country. Lyndon B. Johnson's goal was to enslave the mind of the black and keep you preoccupied. That was his goal. Until y'all understand that, and if you don't understand this, something is wrong. If you don't understand this, something is wrong. The War on Poverty and the Civil Rights and the Voting Act, they played that. The black community got tricked. I'll let you know how you got tricked. So how can we rise up if we are asleep? How can we rise up unless we realize what's going on? We think we are getting knowledge, but we are instead getting tricked knowledge. Martin Luther King would have never said what he said if he felt that his people was being misled. He felt that he led his people in a burning house by the integration. It's been factual. He said that. Basically what he was saying, I think I made a mistake. I've led my people into a burning house by this integration. That's what he said. Harry Belafonte even stated what he told him. This is factual. Don't you remember the time growing up, especially when I was growing up, that you used to be teased if somebody knew that your parents was on welfare? Or we used to tease people and say, yeah, your mama on welfare. That used to be something that teased about. But back then, black people tried their best to stay away from getting on welfare, especially before the 60s. You had that two-home family. You had that two-family, husband and wife in the home raising their children. Daddy worked hard. Mom may have done domestic work. If she had an education, she probably was a school teacher. A mom worked somewhere. If dad was able to take care of the family while mom could stay home and take care of the children, that did happen. But now, these days, being on welfare is like, yeah, okay, that's cool. No, it's not cool. Welfare is designed for people that actually need help. They need assistance. And the people that I support that need the assistance, that I don't mind paying my tax dollars for and to, senior citizens who haven't met the standard of the economical level to continue to take care of themselves. Okay? The parent that have a disabled child and they need to give that child their full attention and taking care of them, I support paying taxes on that. I support a person who is disabled to work. I don't mind paying taxes for a person that's disabled to work. The veteran, whether it's a man or a woman who's over there fighting for their country or who have came back to this country that need assistance, or their family may need assistance, okay? You just look at the wage of a soldier when they go fight. You don't think that their wife needs assistance if they got 2 or 3 children? Or even just with one newborn, she needs assistance. That parent with that disabled child needs some assistance if they got to give that child full attention. And this child needs medical care and special care. I don't mind paying taxes on that. But these are the people, and also the person that's working, where they salary or their pay rate may not be up to enough for living standards. I agree. They need assistance until they can reach where they're trying to get. Or that person that got laid off temporarily. If they need assistance, they need assistance, depending on, what their salaries were. I don't mind paying taxes for that. I don't mind my tax dollars going toward that. These are the people I have a problem with because I've experienced this in my past, in my first marriage with someone who actually did fraudulent things that they had no business doing and got into a little trouble with the government. I was cleared. And I'm speaking from experience. I ain't talking. I'm speaking from experience. They defrauded the government. And they had to pay it back. Because I had to prove what I took care of, which was my family. Okay? That's why I get angry when I see these lazy young men and women create these babies, and you continue to have babies on top of babies out of wedlock, and you want to live on the government. You want to live on the taxpayers' dollars, and you depend on the government, and then you brag about it, and then you tell people, and you brag about what you're getting, and you brag about your Section 8, you brag about this and that, and how much food you can buy, and how much you get a month. You brag about it, then you expose it and put it on video, and then you expose it in Washington people's face. You're lazy. You're lazy. Nobody told you to lay up there and have children after children. That go for you sorry men too who won't take care of your children. You won't get out there and work to take care of your children. So y'all need to hear this from a black man. And more black men and women need to speak up and say, get up off your lazy butts and go to work. You don't even want to work 20 hours a week. I'm going to keep going. Today, there are some black couples who will not get married and will not change their addresses to reflect that they are living together simply as a means to still qualify for EBT food stamps or welfare. This promotes some black people from getting married, especially those who are in an economical bind with or without children. The percentage of black children born without a father in the home has risen from 7% in 1964 to 73% today, probably a little bit more than that. Due to the change from President Lyndon B. Johnson war on poverty, don't y'all remember the movie Selma? When President Lyndon B. Johnson, he was more focused on the war on poverty than addressing the Negroes having a right to vote. Go back and watch it. The movie Selma that everybody's crazy about. Y'all missed that, did you? He was more concerned about the war on poverty than your voting rights. This is a Democrat. And those Democrats still like that today. This is the same man that said that these Negroes are getting uppity. We're going to keep these Negroes, we're going to get these Negroes to vote Democrat for the next 200 years. This is the same man. And it's the same party that you all support. Malcolm X tried to tell y'all something, but you just don't listen, and you're not even studying history. Go back and watch the movie Selma. He was more concerned about the war on poverty and welfare than he was your voting rights. The welfare rule of 1960s changed under the presidency of Lyndon B. Johnson. Welfare rules then imposed marriage penalty on the recipients. That meant that benefits could be earned only if a person was single. If you're single and you continue to have children after children, oh, you just depend on the government, baby. Depend on the government. Daddy's going to take care of you. You done put the man out the house, or either he done walked away. Either way, he's wrong for not taking care of his children. If that person got married, the welfare benefits would disappear. Initially, in the 1930s, welfare was designed for widows with kids who didn't qualify for Social Security. Did you know that? Welfare was designed for widows with kids who did not qualify for Social Security. That's what it was designed for back in the 1930s. It was also only supposed to be a short-term solution for people that needed help, but later it became a single-parent program for divorcees and unmarried mothers. It became a generational curse. Generation after generation. Now, we're probably about 3 or 4 generations now. There are some families, there are some women who have been on welfare and it has been passed down with that mentality for the past 4 generations, 3 to 4 generations. Mama got pregnant when she was 15. She had a baby. The daughter got pregnant when she was about 13 or 14. She had a baby. They had multiple children. Couldn't go back to school. Nobody worked. The sorry dad is just running around, the deadbeats, just doing whatever they want to do, making babies with more other women. And now you stuck on the government, dependent on the government to provide your livelihood. So when things shut down, who get affected? Okay. It's only supposed to be short-term, temporary. The people that need it can't get it because the lazy people that continue to have these babies on top of babies, unmarried, is the problem. Since then, the welfare state of America has turned into a normal way of life. President Lyndon B. Johnson knew how to hoodwink blacks, and he did so because he didn't care much for blacks then, just as other Caucasians didn't care for blacks either. And he was one of them. You want to talk about the root? Let's talk about the root. You want to talk about something? Let's talk about it. Welfare keep blacks dependent on daddy government. You know that statement y'all make, I'm going to get the white man on you ladies, when you get angry with your black brother because he broke up with you and he leaving you with these children. All of a sudden now you want to turn in the Social Security number and he have to pay back all of these food stamps and Medicaid and Section 8. He had to pay all that back. I'm going to give y'all my testimony on that. I went through that, but I didn't have to pay back. The other person did. Because I took care of my business. I took care of my family. I took care of my children. I was honest. I was responsible. And with the paperwork that I kept to prove that I did that, that's how I didn't have to deal with that. Welfare keeps many blacks dependent on daddy government. What happens when the government shuts down? What happens? People panic, get all emotional, they get crazy. Okay? Or when getting an implanted RFID chip is required by our government to continue to get welfare. Is that what you want to do? To continue, somebody gonna put a chip in you so they can know every move and everything you're doing? They're gonna know exactly when you selling those portion of that SNAP card, that EBT card. They gonna know. That's what they're setting up now. Because they know a lot of women are selling, and men, you're selling portions of those EBT cards for drugs, accepting cash, getting cash to get your hair done, your nails done, and other things. Okay? Better made or lays. Like I say, this is the same president that said these Negroes, they're getting pretty uppity these days, and that's a problem for us since they have got something now they never had before, the political pullback on their uppityness. Now we've got to do something about this. We've got to give them a little something, just enough to shut them up, just enough to quiet them down, but not enough to make a difference. This is a Democratic president telling you that, Lyndon B. Johnson. Y'all don't like to hear that. Y'all don't like to hear the truth. Y'all like to hear BS. Here are 6 ways in which the President Lyndon B. Johnson war on poverty programs increase fatherless homes, creating more tension between black mothers and black fathers. Number 1, a man will reduce her income. If he's in the house, he will reduce her income. Welfare programs created disincentives for couples to get married because benefits are reduced as a family income rises. Black mothers will receive formal welfare if she is single, if she's not married, if the man is not in the house. Don't y'all remember the movie Claudine? Every time the welfare lady or man came, they had to either hide him and clean up the house and put the ironing boards up and put the iron. Anything can have nothing to do in that house because they already had records of what you had in your house. Go back and check out the movie Claudine if you think I'm lying. Okay? For many low-income couples, marriage means a reduction in government assistance and an overall decline in the couple's joint income. Wow. The reduction of benefits can equal a reduction of 10 to 20% of their total income because so many blacks rely on welfare such as WIC, Section 8 in public housing, EBT, food stamp cards, Medicaid, and public daycare. Marriage for single mothers is not economically feasible, especially if they are taking care of multiple children. So it's best that she not be married. Use a fake address. Say you're not married, you separated, or don't get married at all. Just keep having children. The more money you get, the more you start depending on the government. Women think that black fathers do not make enough income to support both their mother and children. This goes back to number 1. Unmarried black fathers, many unmarried black fathers actually, they do make enough money to support the mother and the child if they decide to get married, but there are other factors to prevent these unmarried black fathers from marrying. Stay single. It's like these pastors. They like to manipulate and play on the emotions of women. Stay single. I'm your daddy. Pastors, you're no better. You're no different than the government. A lot of you pastors love for women to depend on you and the church, and you're the daddy, you're the pastor, you're the husband. Love to keep the black woman single. Black fathers are viewed to be not needed anymore. You know, when you hear the woman say, I don't need a man, I'm an independent woman, I'm a boss chick. How you a boss chick and you on welfare? How is that? You don't even have a job. How you a boss chick? I just want to know, how are you a boss chick and you're on welfare? Oftentimes, the friends of the court show that the black fathers are not needed, except the only thing you needed for is to pay child support. That's what they think. Just pay the child support. Of course, that tell the black fathers to pay $1,000 a month in child support, but only give him 6 to 8 days a month to parent his child. Been through that. It says time are wrong because this type of practice portrays that the black father money is more important than his time spent with his children. The black mother sees this in court and she thinks that she's a winner. Her regards in the money she will now receive, not realizing that raising a fatherless child could have a negative impact on the child's physical and psychological well-being over time. The negative effects will carry on through childhood and adulthood. Money is only short term. The father being in the child's life is for long term. I'm just trying to educate you. You can take it, leave it, not take it, listen to it, don't listen to it. You can go against me. You can call me coon. You can call me whatever you want to call me. You're a Trump supporter. You this, you that. I'm not nobody's supporter. Only person I look up to is God and his son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for my sins. Number 4, after onset of President Lyndon B. Johnson war on poverty, the black out of wedlock birth rate skyrocketed. The rate of black children born out of wedlock went from 24% in 1964 to over 50% in 1976. It continued to rise rapidly to 7.7% in 1994. Over the next 10 years, it declined slightly, but then it began to rise back up again. By 2008, it was 72.4%. I'm quite sure it's a little bit, it's way higher now. Now, here we go. Even Oprah Winfrey had someone on her talk show and asking, well, why is there a staggering number of single parents in the household? Coming from her, really. Well, some mothers just feel that the father is not necessary in the home or in the child's life. During the course of 50 years, beginning in 1964, the stereotype of the missing and neglected black father takes hold in and out of the black community. I'm just talking to my black brothers and sisters. I don't live in a white community and I don't live in a Hispanic community. I'm talking to my black brothers and sisters. I'm black. I'm talking to you. In order to receive welfare assistance, mothers must identify, report the father. When the black mothers receive public assistance, they must report the identity of the child's father so that the government can claim the money as a reimbursement for public assistance. Yeah, when she get mad, then she want to go turn his number in, but before then, she didn't know his number. She didn't know his social security number. She didn't know his whereabouts until she got mad after he left her for somebody else. Then she gets mad. Then she want to turn in the number maybe about 5 to 8 years later or 10 years later. I'm talking from experience. Okay? Even married couples can receive welfare assistance if the woman reports that she is separated and that the father is not living in the household anymore. Wow. The structure of the child support has kept some black men from stepping up and being fathers to their children. Black men also try to stay underground and away from their friends, the friend which is called court, when they have other outstanding legal tickets and suspended license and warrants and other child support that they done went out and messed up and got other children. They will even take your income tax. You will not get your income tax, my brother, if you have to pay the government back all of this money. They will deduct money from your check and you might not have a check. I had a friend that went through that. He had to pay every penny back. My first ex-wife had to pay every penny back to the government. Thank God that I kept all my paperwork, all my medical information and insurance information from my job, all my tax information, all my rental information where we rented apartments and homes which had my children's name and her name on there, even her oldest daughter's name. I supported, I provided insurance. Number 6, black fathers are met with suspicion at public institutions. Black fathers are often viewed as strangers when they show up to their children's school, daycare, and doctor's appointments, and when visiting the hospital, they are asked to identify themselves with court documents or either call the mother to give them permission to see their own children. Now, I'm the father. I'm the seed carrier. She's the one that carried the child. And the child came into this world who's supposed to be both our children. But when the courts get involved, I got to show all kind of legal documents just to go to, I experienced that. To go to the school, the daycare, the doctor's appointment, I got to go through the mother. Y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up. President Lyndon B. Johnson and President Obama welfare state contributes to the black fatherless homes. Yes, President Obama, he's a problem. And he's part of the problem too. This This divide of the family causes the black woman to be angry at the black man, and the black man be angry at the black woman. Whether both parents see it, a broken family has a negative impact on their children. As the child grows into an adult, the inner scars can be more harmful than physical scars. Just as the Bible says in Deuteronomy 28:56, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. Now, I'm going to leave it like that. Y'all figure it out. Quit depending on the government. Young black people, quit depending on the government. Get your life straight. Men, keep your zipper up. Ladies, keep your legs closed. Go to school. Get your education. Get a job. If you want to start your business and you can do that, you do that. Do not depend on the government if you're able-bodied to work and go to school. The people that need the assistance are the senior citizens whose income does not meet up to where it needs to be, the parent with the disabled child, or a person that has disabilities to the point where they can't work, someone that's in the military, whether it's male or female, fighting for our country, or they come back home, they families need assistance. I'm 100 with that. I'll say it again. The person that has been laid off for work, temporary, get help, get assistance temporarily. The person that's working and they're still not meeting up to the income level. I understand, temporary. Sometimes you may have to work 2 jobs. My mother worked 3 jobs. She never accepted government assistance. She refused to. And I'm tired of seeing all these videos being made. And you had a young lady that made a video telling my black sisters, my black queens, to go out and sell their bodies to put food on their table for their children. Are you nuts? Talking about what black women would do, grandmothers and mothers would do for their children, go out and sell their bodies for $30 and $40. The standards are set that low? That's the price? Okay. I hope you all enjoyed the video. And I thank God for whatever has happened today. If that's true, they say that 2 judges, told the Trump administration, hey, in agricultural, whatever, hey, and also the Democrats, Chuck Schumer and their crew, y'all can't stop these people from having fun. They need funds. Y'all do your other stuff on y'all time. But when it comes down to the livelihood of people and people losing, people that is being furloughed and stuff like that, no, these people need to be paid. They got bills to pay. They got to pay their rent. They got to pay their car notes. They got to keep food in their house. They got to pay their bills. They got to live. Quit depending on the government. Thank you.